Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and I've come back with this double flat fun fold card. Isn't that cute? I did my card that opens this way and it doesn't. Oh, there you go, it stands up. When I was opening it earlier, it was just, yeah, flopping. So I suppose it depends how you stand it. But this one, we're going to make with a 10th fold. I didn't know, I put my little message here, this beautiful flower. And then I found these little gold leaves and I put one of these old blue adhesive back gems on, just to so it's not just plain paper and these beautiful little gems, which you can only see with those gems when I open up. And then it's got thank you and it says the best is yet to come. And then inside I just did this pretty border and some speckles, but this time, instead of the card flopping over or having to open it really wide, I'm going to do a 10th fold card. So I've found two more of those leaves. I think these are from the Florist paper dies, if I remember rightly. This is 2 1/4 by 4. This is just a spare piece so I can put a little banner on the back of my sentiment, and this is 1 by 1 3/4. These are 4. Let me have a look. These are 3 3/4 by 4, and we're going to score the long side. Let's do that actually while we're here. We're going to score the long side, which is the 4-inch side, at 1/2 inch. So 4-inch side, 1/2 inch. I mean, you could do it that way, but I find it a little bit difficult. So because it's 4 inches, I did it at 3 1/2. And the same with this one, 3 1/2, or you can do it at the other end and do it at 1/2 inch. So there are front flaps. I've got a top folding tent card, as they call them, so it's going to stand like that this time. And this is a standard A4 sheet in the UK, which is 11 3/4, scored at 5 7/8 by 4 1/8 wide. But you could make it, if you're doing American, even with these paper sizes, you could do this 4 1/4 by 11 and score at 5 1/2. So that's that bit. Then I've got a piece of designer series paper. This is 4, so it's only a tiny little border by 5 3/4. But this is just going to hide these flaps, which we've also got designer series paper for. When I can find them, where've they gone? Somebody's 1/2 inch my designer series paper, or I put I've got designer series paper somewhere, so I've got that one, got my ink, got my flaps, got my paper there they are. And these measure, because now this was 4, it's 3 1/2, so this is 3 1/4 by 3 1/2, because it's 3 3/4. You could do 3 1/2 by 3 1/2 and do 4 by 3 1/2. That way when you score, you've got a 3 1/2 by 3 1/2 piece. Our cards are slightly longer, so, and I've got 2 pieces for those. So I might even do the stripey on this one and then turn that one round and change the pattern, or even change that one round and change that pattern. So we've got 2 different looking cards but the same papers. We're also using the die and this beautiful this piece here, which is from the Dainty Delights. I am watching my battery because it's going to go. I might swap the thank you for your kindness, and then this is the one for the small label, the best is yet to come. And then I use this little tiny flower to stamp the inside, and the speckles are from the Irresistible Blooms. Ooh, there's a mouthful. Gaynor had long wind. So we're going to stamp our image. I did have some there. No, where's my spare piece? I'm going to look through my scraps. There it is. I knew I had a piece somewhere. This is for my die cut piece and where I'm going to stamp my image, and I've got all my scrappy bits still. Let's put my tool back on there. So let's do a bit of gluing. So I'm going to swap all the designer series paper, same card, different way round. So let's get this on there. Right, now am I going to have, I think I'll have the pattern on the inside this time, because my flowers would be upside down if I turned it this way. Because look, see, flowers upside down, flowers right way, and then pattern paper. Look at me, I can't even keep my glue stopper. Oh, I best turn that way because my little flowers are pointing up. If I'd put that on the other way round, they'd be upside down as well. So I love this Teflon bone folder. It scrapes off any excess glue that I might be showing through. Oh, look at that, lovely. So before we stick this piece down, we need to stick this piece on the edge here, and then this one on the edge here. So I'm coming down about a 1/4 inch. But if you've got a 5.5 inch card, you can just fetch them closer together, because our cards are longer than yours. So little squidge of glue, that's a lot. So I'm just helping it out with my finger, and I am literally about a 1/4 inch, 1/4 to 1/2 inch away from the edge of my card. Really gotta burnish that down so it sticks. You could add some plain white paper. Do you know what would look nice in there? I think there's some designer series paper somewhere with lines on that looks like a notebook, because that'd be good for you to add in there. And then this page, again about a 1/4 inch on this edge, and I'm just keeping it along the edge, making sure that it all meets up. Isn't that pretty? And you can turn it that way as well. That's so cute. So this paper is this paper in reverse, and this is this paper in reverse, and then we got the pattern on the inside. So now we're going to have the stripes, and that will hide those paper. I might just take a little tiny slither off this. I think it should be 5 3/4. There we go. It was needed tidying up just a little slither. So my battery's gonna go, so I'm gonna swap it quickly. Do bear with me, girls. I'm trying to stay on top of it because I get carried away with the card, and then by the time I realise the card's finished. So again, just have a little squirt of glue. I've got a couple of cards I've got on my desk. 2 of them are really simple, so I might just do 2 cards in one video. I'll let you know. You'll know when you know. So, designer series paper on. Now this is there. This section is going to go. When you come to stamp this and put this in, you want to glue that so it's not above there, not below there, so it hides the hidden message. Isn't that cute? We're going to stamp on that. We're going to stamp on there. We're going to stamp on there, and we're going to stamp on here, because this is the bit that's going to go in there for you to stamp your message. And I've cut this a little bit smaller because we don't really need it scattered all over the place. So let me just pop, and I got my little I just wanted a pop of gold on there for some reason. Don't ask me why, but I did. So let's get our flower stamped. I'm just going to use my Memento black ink. I don't want to lose my die. I've had this set quite a while. I just haven't been. I've wondered what I could do. Oh, that is pretty. Pretty, 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 pretty. I mean, just think I could have got my label out of there, but I've already cut it now. So I've got my dirty cloth. Icky, my mucky cloth, which cleans so well. And I'm definitely going now this time. That's going to be on there, so I'll keep those together. I'm going to stamp this little message on here, which says the best is yet to come. Wow, my ink pad is really juicy. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. I'm going to leave that to dry. Get rid of the excess off here. It's less to go on my cloth. When you squudge off all the ink, you've got less going in your cloth. So I've got my little flower. I'm just gonna print this along the bottom, just to decorate. That's cute. That's life. And then there's spots. So what I did with these, because it's really, look how juicy my pad is, and I just tapped it a few times and then just tapped it a bit more, just so I don't want it too dark, so I can still write a message but have it decorated for the inside. And again, squidgy off most of this ink. Wow, that's squeaky. And then I'm going to use this other I'll just wipe them dots off and I'm going to be using them again. So let's just swap up the sentiment this time. And this one says, thank you for your kindness. Oh, that's a bit skewy. Let's do it. Good job we got two sides in it. So let me try and keep this. Oh, a bit better, a bit lower down. Oh, that's alright. Oh, look at that. And I forgot to wipe. I might use this little flower from the other kit just for a bit of difference. So I'm not even pressed. Look at that. That's how juicy this pad is. Wow. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Wow, look at that. That's really juicy. So we used a different flower, but it's just to decorate the inside. I think that looks really cute. Oh, look how pretty that is. And that's going to go under here. So I can glue that straight in there, and it's the same width as my designer series paper. So now the stamping's done. You could add this on dimensionals, but I think because you got the flaps on the front, you'd add too much bulk. I've got all that glue. I should go back to using that barely glue. So I'm just pulling it up about 1/8 of an inch from, and I'm making sure there's about 1/8 of an inch on this side too, making sure that's nice and straight. That is cute. And then we're going to glue this center piece in. Yay, going to get this nicely centered. Bit of a bigger border this time. You don't really need a humongous space to write to and from and who you're writing it to, unless you want to write a letter, you know. So that paper's seen its better day. So I'm going to go on with this. Just glue that on there. I'm going to add dimensionals, but I'm not going to add dimensionals until after I've glued my little piece down. Have that sticking out, and I've glued it right to the very edge. And then I'm just going to pen at the end. And what I did, when I can pick it up, I just used, did I use a ribbon? Do you know what I did? I forgot to do on this. I was going to add just a little ribbon for a bit more detail, so I'll do that in a minute. But I want to grab some dimensionals. Only 2 I need. And do you know what? I added it on here where my flower was going, just right at the end, level with the designer series paper. And then what I did, I used my Wink of Stella just to highlight the tailed end on this, just to make it, because it's Night of Navy and Misty Moonlight, should I say, because it's Misty Moonlight against Misty Moonlight. I just wanted this to stand out, so I added some shimmer. And then, like I'm saying, I added this right at the end of my designer series paper. Let me get it this way. So it's right at the bottom corner, right along this edge, and along, so it's just overlapping a little bit there. See it? Let me just find a piece. So it's overlapping and you can see the sparkly bit. Love that. Then while I've got the glue out, look at me, I'm covered in it. Just gonna add a little bit of interest. I'm gonna add one of those beautiful gold. It's just a nice little surprise on the inside. And I'm just going to double those over so they overlap. Perfect. Oh, that's poking up. Let me just, oh my goodness, my glue's like a volcano. Let me grab a couple of blocks just to sit that on there a minute. Let me grab my, and I've got some Night of Navy old twine. 1, 2. It's quite a thin twine, this is, linen thread even. I'm just going to loosely take that off. I'm going to add that one on this one. Oh, here goes the glue again. Just a tiny dot. I knew there was, do you know when you're looking at your card and you think something's missing? There it is. There is. And I added a tiny little dot of Wink of Stella just on the flowers. Can you see it sparkling a little bit? But look, that's going to hang down. Cover this card. Beautiful. And I'm going to tie another one off, ready for this card. 1, 2. Might even leave the tails a little bit longer. Pull that nice and tight. Perfect. I've had this. This was from an old gentleman's set. Oh, about 4 years ago. So, let's pop this away for a minute. Yeah, we've got to pop it away because I've got to do my flower just for a minute. And one of these beautiful. There we go. That's glued those down. One of these lovely large, just on the tip there to hide the crossover from these beautiful gorgeous golden leaves. And these are an old set. Happiness Blooms, flipping heck, these are years old, but I thought the blue went beautiful with this. So whether we get them to stand out, so 1, I'm just going to have all three the same size this time, but I'm going to space them out where my flowers are. So added a little bit of, oh, that looks nice actually. Woohoo! So these old gems come in handy for some newer cards. So right, scissors away just for a bit. Pokey tool away just for a little bit. Now I'm going to fetch in, I've got Night of Navy, and I've got, this is the dark Granny Apple Green. I would zoom in, but how am I going to manage? Let me see. Let me see if I can do it. So I'm just going to go over the leaves. Tiny little bits of underneath each flower has got a little bird. I mean, if you really wanted this to stand out, just follow the stem. And it'll just add a little splash more colour. Isn't that pretty? Oh, that is so cute. It just takes away from the stark. I've got, oof, my, this is the pale Misty Moonlight. Because these flowers are so dainty and small, I don't think I would have a chance to add shading. So that's why I went, oh look, I've got a big massive leaf there at the bottom. Absolutely beautiful flowers. And if it's in the catalogue, I'm going to use it. Even if it's not, I'm going to use it. I went through my sets the other day and I must have 60 sets that I haven't used. Or if I have used them, I've used like 1 sentiment out of it. So I got a lot of product. I don't plan on wasting. I used to just flog it all before I'd even had a chance to use it. So I'm going to use it this time. And then, oh, that is so cute. I love that. And then I'm gonna donate, see if there's any after school clubs that do crafting with kids. Donate a lot. Oh, let me go smoothing back out. Sorry about that. Oof. Better. Yeah, donate a lot of product to after school clubs that do crafting with the kids. How sweet would that be? So let's get that lined up. Looks pretty good to me. I mean, you could have die cut this out and then added your colours. You could have left it plain. I found a stamp set the other day that I definitely had, oh, it's under all my pile. I got about 7 sets on my desk. I'm terrible for things like that. I'm gonna put this die away before I lose it. Pick up this beautiful set. Oh, that is so dainty. That's why it's called Dainty Delight. Tiny flowers. But come good for most things. So now I'm going to add some mini dimensionals. I've got these little strips on the end I'm going to use down on the stem. So you can't see it. I'm going to better. I'm going to add dimensionals. Make sure I can't see them before I press. That's okay. I got one there. I'm going to add a tiny little dimensional there. And then I'm going to put one in there. I know there's quite a few on this one, but I don't. Perfect. They're only the small ones. So 3 of these is like this, having one large one. Look at me throwing it away. And I'm going to add a dot of Winker Stella on these beautiful little flowers as well. I love my little tin. And then I got this gold. I might just tilt it a little bit, actually fill that frame up a little bit more. Look at that, it's just stuck to my finger. It's better. Oh, look at that, the way it's shaped. And I've got some tiny little glue dots. I'm going to add that to my stem now. And I've left the tails a little bit longer. Why did they twist up? There we go, it's back, it's back. And then I'm going to add this. Why did they twist up? I took it off that loop rather quite elegantly, and yet that one wants to twist up. There we go. I'm leaving it like that. Look, the tails, oh, just a tiny little touch. Want it hanging off the card. Just a wee little bit. Let me grab my Winker Stella again. And I'm just pressing. On those tiny little flowers. Make sure I've got enough juice coming down the channel. That's better. Oh, that's really glittery now. Oh, that is so sweet. Look at that glimmer and shine. Wherever it is. So we've got our gems, we've got our Winker Stella, we've got our flowers, we've got another gem there, we've got our thank you for your kindness, and our card opens up this way now, and it stands up a whole lot better. Oh, beautiful. So you've got this one that stands this way, and this one with the designer service paper in reverse stands up this way. Absolutely gorgeous looking. And if you wanted to add a tiny little gem just on, I got these little pearls. I think those silver pearls will look nice. Let me just add one to the centre of that flower and the centre of that flower. And I will add one pearl just to the centre of that banner, and I'll do the same on this one. Little tiny pearl, little embellishments like this which have gone out of retirement, you don't mind using. Add a little embellishment there. That is so cute. Little double flat card. I mean, you could have had your flower on the inside, but you've got a little reveal and this gorgeous cut. You could add more designer series paper, it's entirely up to you. But this one opens like a tent. And then this one just opens normal, says thank you. I love the contrasting colours. Same paper, just in reverse. I like it a lot. And then this one opens this way. And flops open. It will open if you can. She says it will stay open. Okay, it won't. But there we go, this one will. Absolutely beautiful cards. I hope you like them. Either way you make them, they're beautiful. Just if you're American, do 5.5 by 4 1/4 and adjust your designer series paper. And if you don't want 3.5 by 3 3/4, do 3.5. Well, do 4 by 3.5. So that way, when you do your score line, you've got 3.5 by 3.5. You can even make them 2 by 2, it's up to you. But there we go, there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed. I've really enjoyed making these for you, and I will see you again on the next video. Till next time, bye and God bless.